I started using my YouTube journal again, and this is a lot. This is like a map, okay? This is like Hannah Baker stuff going on. You make me want to testify. This is my top 5 Jon Bellion songs, and just me kind of describing why I like them, what they mean. And I did look to Genius lyrics to help me find out the meanings of these songs, just that way they're a little more accurate as to when I say the meaning, it's more what it means to me. So some of these facts may be from there, and it's just a bunch of it all incorporated together. I started using my YouTube journal again, and this is a lot. This is like a map, okay? This is like Hannah Baker stuff going on. Me trying to link all these together, but I did list a bunch of songs and highlighted the top 5, so the other songs that I put on here that didn't make it onto my list but I still think are amazing songs that you guys should check out are He Is the Same, Weight of the World, Superman, and When the Lions Come. So if you guys haven't checked out those songs by Jon Bellion, you really should. So the first song that we have is called Woodstock, and fun fact, this came out in March of 2015. My birthday is in March, and 15 is my favorite number. So, and basically the song Woodstock is just saying that he doesn't want to be a cocky artist. He doesn't want to be like everybody else in the industry. He really doesn't care what anybody else is doing. He doesn't care about their style. He doesn't care about what image they're trying to represent. He's really focusing on himself and the music that he is making for his fans and for his audience. And I think that's very important, that artists shouldn't be like, oh, they're doing that and that's catchy, so like let's do something like that. Like, I don't like it when artists try to start a trend and then a bunch of artists catch on to it and it becomes like this big thing. I'm all about being unique in the music industry, and I am more attracted to unique, different things, and Jon Bellion is very supportive of that, and he's very into that, and he doesn't want to be labeled as someone that's very close related to different artists. He wants to always be like in his own category. When asked why he wrote this song, he said that he was really into festival culture, and that made me think of myself, because I am a type of person, believe it or not, that can get really caught up in culture and into like watching documentaries about all these old things, and I'm like, wow, that's so interesting and it's beautiful in a way. And I just feel like he's the type of guy who sits around watching documentaries too. The next song that I want to talk about is Jim Morrison, and this song is just super catchy and really ironic. I just love the lyrics, and he's a lyrical genius because he'll throw in a lot of like famous people's names into his songs, or like characters, and like make it flow together, and I like rappers and artists in general that are able to do that. I think it's so funny, and it's like a little Easter egg. So the song's called Jim Morrison, and it's all referencing him being able to kick the door down, and the door can symbol a lot of different things. It could be a giant obstacle in life, it could be this like wall that's holding him in and he's kicking it down, and Jim Morrison was in the band The Doors, so there's the connection. It's just, I love it because there's a specific line in there, and it says, the hippie flower princess born in Ohio, and the line before that or after that, I can't sing songs like in my head when I'm trying to think too much, but he references listening to Abbey Road on vinyl, and if you guys have been around my channel, you know that I'm obsessed with vinyl, and that I'm also from Ohio, and I would label myself as a hippie girl in some senses. I don't think that hippie or like any specific style has to be, oh, because of what they wear. I think it's more of like an internal emotion and just how you act and think about life, and I'm a very peaceful person. I hate fighting, I really, and it's just this hippie flower princess born in Ohio. I'm obsessed with flowers. I was born in Ohio, I still live in Ohio. I just feel like it's that little connection that like can only hit certain people, but I'm one of those people, and I just really appreciate that. The next song that I'm going to talk about is New York Soul Part 2. Now the first part I wasn't a huge fan of, I couldn't get into it. Really connected with part 2, and there's a specific line towards the end of it where he talks about how money is not the key to wealth, and then he said if that was the fact, then how do you explain all these millionaires that killed themselves? And I love that, and I know I didn't say it like word for word, but I'm summing it up to explain it to you guys. I love that. I think that it's such an impactful and true line. They're shocked if you were to take your own life, because they're just like, why Why'd they kill themselves? They're a millionaire, they've got everything. They don't. You really don't have everything, and it's not the key to happiness. Money is nothing compared to just love, support, relationships, friendships, family, and all of that. And if you don't have that, I don't know if you're necessarily really living. You need emotions, you need to thrive off of those feelings, and money has nothing to do with that. Do we need it to survive? Yeah, unfortunately, but ironically, it's not the key to life. So I just love the message that he brings out with that. And also, there was, he had an art book made, and he talked about the art style, and each one of his songs off of The Human Condition had their own artwork, and I loved the one on New York Soul Part 2 because it actually went with the lyrics, and you guys can go ahead and look it up and it will describe things to you, and it's beautiful. I really love it, and it basically just represents how he may be gone but his soul is still living, and his soul is in his young self's presence, and I just really like that. I think that it's beautiful. So the next song that we have is Simple and Sweet. Now this one took me a bit to get into. I like listened to it a few times and I was like, I don't know if I really like it, and then I started to really listen to it. I really got into the lyrics and that little drop that happens, and then everything just blows up. I just love the message behind when artists include like saying like you don't need makeup and don't mess with God's design and everything like that. Like, it's so pure, and I think a lot of society, people are wrapped around this idea that they have to wear makeup. I wear some, but I really don't like caking my face. Plus, I'm so pale that it's nearly impossible to do that. And I think that, like, if you do it because you love to do it, that's awesome, but I don't think you should ever feel like you have to do something to please someone else or because you feel ashamed of yourself. But it's also like a love ballad, and it's making comparisons to music and relationships, and like depending on how you listen to it and how you connect to it is how the story is played out for you. But I am a huge fan of it, and I just always thought that it was a little hidden gem, and I love it, and I hope that you guys like that song as well. And the last song that I have is Hand of God. Holy shit. Now, if you listen to The Human Condition and you listen to it in order, it is such a beautiful story, and it really is talking about like the human condition, emotions, feelings, lifestyles, the choices that we make. All of it is in this album, and I think that it's such a great thing when an artist can create all these songs that can easily be listened to by themselves, but when they're put together, it's this huge story. And The Hand of God was such a great way to finalize an album, such a great finale, having the chorus and like the gospel in it, and then being able to like play the other songs in it and like create like this beautiful like mashup ballad was amazing. And I thought it was so unique. I know other artists have probably done it, but for me it was just like a first time hearing that he did it himself, and it wasn't a remix and it wasn't meant to be a mashup, but it was bringing everything together. And it's basically just him saying like how his life, his story is all in the hand of God, and that he is just connecting his faith to his music, to his lifestyle, and just bring it all together. And it's not like put on you in a religious perspective, but it is just so well done, and I love it. I listen to that song a lot by itself, but it's just such like this big sigh and relief, and just like like you're so happy like to get to the end of an album because of how he wraps it all up, and I just really respect that about him. That was really hard, that was a lot of talking, and I'm really winded right now. That was really different for me. Oh my god, I can't believe that I did that. I plan to make another video soon with another top 5, and I think you guys might be excited for that one as well. But this is just a little different, a little something new, and I hope that you guys liked it. I will see you again soon. Peace out, Girl Scout.